Hello.
Hello.
We have Nettie on screen. We're both here this week. It's Sunday. Exciting day of the week. How is everybody doing with the storm that passed through and the cold weather? Is everybody starting to warm up a little bit? I hope so.
Weather's been so bad in Texas.
Me and you were just talking about there's so many people that are in Texas right now when that storm hit. And it's just crazy how many of y'all were out there at the same time during it.
Yeah.
All right. We have RVing with G. We have Full-Time Dream. We have Donald. We have Nomadic Hippie who's driving. We have, they're starting to come in. We have Hitch Up and Tow, Fantastic Travels. Hello, hello. My StreamYards is running much slower than the YouTube stream at the moment. Also, I apologize, but I somehow signed into the wrong StreamYard, and I don't have like full capabilities that I normally have. This is the free version. It's been so long that I actually signed into the wrong account.
We'll make it work.
Full-Time Dream said, didn't notice a difference here in New York. Yeah, you guys get some really cold weather out there all the time, don't you? We went into...
We're not used to this here.
Yeah, we had zeros and negatives. We stayed in the single-digit weather for over a week, and then snow and ice on top of it. So it was ridiculous here. But it was the good kid snow, you know, the kind that turns to ice and the sled goes super fast. That's the good weather. We got K&R Destinations. We have Happy Place Camping. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. So, per usual, Nettie did a lot of research on this. I'm going to pull it up and go through it. It is my first time seeing it, so I'm excited. So we're going to, and on StreamYards, I mentioned this the last time I was on, we can now pull the video up and stream it through StreamYards instead of having to have a second screen. So it kind of works a little bit smoother that way. Let's go ahead and pull it up.
Cool.
Here we go. Ooh. Rewind. I'm like, it works smoother, and then I'm like forgetting to pause it. All right. Hey, Tommy Travels and Thrifty Angela. Welcome, welcome. Full-Time Dream said they had 2 foot of snow and temps in the teens, just an average February. K&R has been dealing with a lot, too. If you haven't checked out K&R's videos yet on the stuff they've been dealing with because of the cold, check them out. Hey, Lucky Dog. Donald's got another suggestion for us. He says, please look into the case of Jeremy Landon. He was a baby killed by his stepfather 33 years ago. He was allowed to go free. Jerry, hello. Hello, Jerry, hello. Are you going live tonight, Jerry? I didn't manage to catch that. I heard someone ask you that, but I didn't see if you were or not. All right, let's get into this. This is the curious murder of Zona Shue, the Greenbrier Ghost. Is it Greenbrier? Briar? How do you pronounce that? Greenbrier or?
Yeah, I think Greenbrier.
Bearer. Okay. And Jerry will be live.
Okay, Greenbrier.
Greenbrier. All right. And Jerry's going to be live tonight, everyone. All right. Here we go. I'll let you read first if you want.
Okay. In the summer of 1896, Erasmus Stribling Sue moved from Droop Mountain in Pocahontas County, Virginia, to the sleepy village of Livesey Mill in Greenbrier County. Erasmus was a tall, muscular man and decidedly handsome.
That's a lot of difficult words.
I was just going to say.
You did really well. Hey, Shanna Craft. Welcome in. Good to see you.
Hey, Shanna.
He accepted a job at James Crookshank's blacksmith shop. He often introduced himself as Edward, but everybody called him Trout. Shortly after his arrival, Edward met a farmer's daughter named Elva Zona Shue. What in the world are these names?
I know. And Jerry said he is going live.
Awesome. Well, hello, Zona.
Mm-hmm. Zona was instantly smitten with Edward, and he with her. They courted for a short while and were married at the Methodist Church on October 20th, 1896. They appeared to have a happy marriage, but no one knew what went on behind closed doors.
Hey, Rachel's Adventures. I do not, but I will definitely look into that. Is that another like haunted type channel? Is that a case that you want us to look into? Yeah. Let us know.
He's actually an investigator.
Oh.
Nick Groff.
Okay.
Yeah. He has his own show. He used to be on, Paranormal. Mm-hmm.
He was on Ghost Adventures. Okay.
Yes.
All right. You read this one, right?
Yours is the next one.
All right, next one.
Yeah.
Aw, they're cute. He's very handsome. She looks a little scary, but she's pretty. Mm-hmm. Rachel's Adventure said you need to check out his contest he has going on right now. You can win a trip to investigate the famous Hinsdale house in New York, all expenses paid. Ooh.
Oh, wow.
On January 23rd, 1897, Edward went to the home of Martha Jones, known better as Aunt Martha. He asked if her son, Anderson Jones, go to his house to do chores and see if Zona needed anything from the store since she was feeling sick. Abby Lace said, did she just say she looks a little scary, but she's pretty? Yeah. Sometimes scary looking is pretty. You know, like that intimidating type of pretty. Thanks, K&R, for reminding everybody to make sure to smash that thumb. Share this out to your social medias. It would be greatly appreciated. Definitely would. And if you haven't, most of you have, hit that subscribe button. They say you're supposed to say that in the beginning of a video. I don't know.
Yeah. Jerry.
Like you said, I'll message you the info for the contest if you are interested. Yes, please do. Alrighty.
Okay.
There you go.
Once inside, the child was horrified to find 23-year-old Zona Shue's lifeless body at the foot of the stairs. She lay face down, one outstretched arm and legs straight. Her other arm was tucked beneath her chest and her head tilted slightly.
Dun, dun, dun. I love old farmhouses like that.
Oh, yeah. White picket fence.
Yeah, it's just, they're so beautiful. And a lot of them are still, like those older farmhouses are still standing today because they were built so well. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Tommy Travels, ouch, I just smashed my thumb.
Oh.
He was hitting the thumbs up. He killed her, and you said that he was handsome. Jerry. Upon finding the dead woman, Anderson Jones, the neighbor boy, ran back to his home where he informed his mother, and then continued on to the blacksmith's shop where Edward was working. I've always had a fascination with the dark and creepy.
When told of the situation, Edward appeared in great anguish, ran to his home, gathered his dead wife into his arms, and directed the local doctor and coroner, Dr. George W. Knapp, be called.
Hey, Johnny's Journey. Welcome to the group.
Hey, Johnny.
And we have an Hippie. Every time I hit the subscribe button, it says the word subscribe, and then I hit it again and it says subscribed, and then I hit it again and it says subscribe. I'm getting confused. All right. Oh, Hippie is driving. So he said, hello, everybody. I see lots of orange in the comments, but I can't see who it is writing or anything. But love you guys, whoever you are. Alrighty. Let's find out if the handsome guy killed her. Remote hills of Livesey Mill. That is gorgeous.
Wasn't that pretty?
How could anything bad happen there? Hey, Roy and Becky's Travels. Donald said, I like the humor in this show by both of you. We have a little fun, but look at history at the same time. Thank you, Donald.
Yeah.
Is it mine? Yeah, it's mine.
Yeah.
All during this time, Edward held Zona's head in his arms. After a brief examination, Dr. Knapp concluded that Zona died of an everlasting faint, i.e., a heart attack. I did not know that they used to call it an everlasting faint. It's interesting.
I know, that's different, right?
Yeah, I'd never heard that term before. He is a killer. They do sometimes live in nice houses, Jerry.
Yeah. Hi, Roy and Becky. They came in.
Yeah. That looked like the field from the Little House on the Prairie, said Tommy Travels. What are they doing?
That's when he realized she fainted. A heart attack.
Well, I wonder what this stone thing is here.
Yeah.
Looks like they're getting ready to slice cheese or something, but it's a body. I know, that was weird. It came out before I could stop myself. I'm sorry. But do you know what I'm talking about? Like the metal string that cuts. I shouldn't have said that. Jerry said, bullshit. He killed her. Doc did it, said Roy and Becky. All right.
Victorian custom dictated that female family and friends wash and dress the deceased. But by the time Dr. J.M. Knapp arrived, Edward already prepped Zona for her funeral. He dressed her in a long gown with a high collar. He adorned her neck with a scarf that didn't go, but he insisted it was her favorite.
He said, yeah, that's what you do when you have a hot, scary-looking girl that has everlasted fainted you. Throw her on a table and investigate that body. Dr. Knapp conducted a post-mortem that was more for show than for facts. Edward was oddly overcome with grief. Openly wailing was uncharacteristic of the blacksmith. Well, if he loved her, I still don't think he killed her.
Yeah.
Jerry said, so they could not see the knife cut into the neck. I don't think it was him. I disagree, Jerry. We'll see. Is this mine or yours?
Dr. Knapp. Oh, it's mine. Dr. Knapp thought he ought to give the widower his privacy and concluded his examination, chalking the death up to everlasting faint. Today, we call this a heart attack. He later changed the cause of death to childbirth, though Zona wasn't known to be pregnant.
Uh-oh. Maybe it was the doctor. Whoever said it was the doctor. Oh, I think that was Roy and Becky's travels. Jerry. It was him, BB3. Yep. It was him. All right. As was the custom, Edward held a wake in the home. The mourners gathered to pay respects, but Trout wouldn't allow anyone near her head. Instead, he fussed with the scarf, added a veil, and propped her head up with pillows. Uh-oh. Did she have a cut on her neck? We shall see. Jerry Holly said he paid the doctor off. She was probably vegan. Veganism leads to everlasting faint.
Yeah.
Roy and Becky, yep, Doc did it. Tommy Travels, they couldn't see the knife cut. They were too busy cringing over the clashing burial outfit. The fact the scarf didn't match the outfit.
Right?
Jerry Holly said he smashed her head in. And Roy and Becky said, beheaded. I'm wondering if she was beheaded. I'm thinking that the scarf was tied on to hold her head on. That's beautiful. That home was too beautiful to have something so bad. Happy Place said probably a gaping wound in the back of her head. Is it mine? I never know if it's mine. Okay. I can't remember. I'm only like a one thing person, so I always have to ask. He claimed he wanted to make her comfortable. He went on weeping and grieving and pacing in front of the open casket until she was buried in the Soul Chapel Methodist Cemetery. Oh. Nobody can get near her. He tied her head on with a scarf.
So he tied her head on.
A scarf that didn't match her outfit that everybody was really upset about. Jerry Holly said, that's the way Happy Place Camping does it. You'll never see her coming. Would you?
Most Most of Zona's friends and family thought nothing of Edward's display of grief. It was odd, but not suspicious. Everyone, that is, except Zona's mother, Mary Jane Hester.
Yeah, as the mom, you would think he'd be like, yes, please come see your child. You know what I mean?
Right.
Hey, James Katniss, welcome in.
Hey.
Mary Jane
That's her
Hester.
mom.
They look alike.
Mm-hmm.
Mary Jane didn't care much for her son-in-law, but couldn't quite put her finger on the reason. Zona was her only daughter and also her best friend. Zona spent her whole life in Richlands, West Virginia. Time travels. Bulldog will be happy to know that Beyond Beauty 3 is a one-thing person. Hey, Ford man, welcome in.
Hey. It must have been hurtful to Mary Jane when Zona up and moved to the remote hills of Livesey Mill on the other side of Greenbrier County to make a home with a person that answered to the name Trout. Perhaps it was her mother's intuition, but Mary Jane just knew he had something to do with her daughter's death.
K&R said, how is Bulldog? Bulldog is doing great. He's been busy. The cold weather caused one of our vehicles to just go kaputs. We couldn't get it started. So he had to work on it out in the snow in the driveway. So he was not real happy. But he's been busy for the last couple of weeks.
Jerry.
If I come up missing, please check the lake in Texas. The one that Happy Place Camping likes to go visit.
Got it.
Mary also knew the Bible and prayed for nights on end that her daughter would somehow come back, if only to tell her side of things or say goodbye. Hippie said it should pose suspicion with all of the medieval weapons hanging on the wall of the blacksmith shop. Happy Place said that could be just an example, Jerry Holly. There's many others. Be scared, Jerry. Be scared.
Mm-hmm. After several prayerful and restless nights, just as Mary lay down, a strange light entered her bedroom. The aurora began to take human form. After a few awestruck moments, her daughter once again stood before her, but she didn't just stand there like some I can't say that. Fantastical vision. She spoke.
Jerry Holly said the mother is always right. He killed her. Roy and Becky said, Jerry, you need eyes in the back of your head. And also, Johnny's Journey, you shared us out. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Alrighty. So the daughter shows up now. She's a ghost. She's talking to her mother. Zona appeared to Mary Jane. Or Mary Jane was doing some of the Mary Jane. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Zona's ghost told her mother about the night she died. The night before her young Anderson found her body. Edward came home and looked at the feast his wife prepared. She served apple butter, a spread of preserves, and good bread. She didn't cook any meat. This fact threw old Edward into a fit of rage. Of course it has something to do with vegetarian versus meat. Hippies in here saying that vegetarians blah blah blah. Well, she didn't make the man any meat. She was a vegetarian. Hi, Carol. Thanks for coming in.
Hello.
So nice to meet you.
Mm-hmm.
Right. She didn't bring him any
He
meat.
attacked her. I know. He attacked her and placed a hand on each side of her head. With a quick motion, the entity explained, he dislocated her neck. Zona's ghost revealed it wasn't the first time her husband hit her. Edward had a terrible temper, and she couldn't reason with him.
Ryan Becky said, "Where's the beef? Where's the beef bit?" All right. It's such a beautiful place. I can't get over how pretty it is for having something tragic happen there.
Yeah. A lot of land, too, you know?
Yeah.
Real pretty.
Zona went on to describe the neighborhood they lived in and the view from Aunt Martha's home. Since Mary hadn't visited in 3 months, Zona and Edward were married until the funeral.
They were married 3 months.
Told you he killed her a long time ago. Jerry.
Mm-hmm.
I think this one's yours. Did you freeze up? Oh no. No, come back, Nettie. Nettie. Oh, she's moving again.
Mm.
Do you got this one?
Am I frozen?
I can hear you now. This one's yours, though. Can you see it? Or no?
Okay. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. The spirit vanished but returned each night for 4 nights. On the second night, she told her mother again how Edward squeezed her neck. Specifically, the ghost said he snapped it at the first joint. On the last night, as if to make her final point, Zona twisted her head around 180 degrees.
Oh.
Yeah, to show her mother how broken her neck was.
Okay.
Now that is creepy.
Forget it. I don't care if it was my kid as a ghost or not. If their head spun around in a circle, I'd be out. Out. See you later.
Be gone.
I saw that place in Better Homes and Murder Sites. Jerry said, "I'm a private investigator, you know." No, somebody's head starts spinning around. See you later. That's crazy. I mean, her mom did end up knowing a bunch of facts, though. Like, how did she know all of that? Kanar said, "No, Queen Mother, come back. Or get the foil hat." A ghost spinning their head around is child's play. I've seen spirits take their head completely off their shoulders at Disney's Haunted Mansion. That was pretend, though. Imagine your daughter has passed away, shows up at the end of your bed, and her head is spinning around. I think I might then pass away from that fainting thing. That might be the end of me. I'm not convinced. Only 180, not 360, said Hitch Up and Toe.
Yeah.
Roy Becky said, that would have me making a new door in that house. Exactly.
Look,
Look, Mom,
no,
no bones. Holy water, throne. May the power of Christ compel you. And set the house on fire. Just internal fainting. Yeah, I'm done. I'm out. My daughter's head's spinning. I'm out. Done. Deceased. All right. Armed with Zona's tale, Mary paid a visit to prosecuting attorney John Preston in Lewisburg. Mr. Preston dismissed Mary's paranormal experience as the grief-fueled hallucinations of a bereaved mother, although he took an interest in the fact that Dr. Knapp didn't perform a thorough investigation. For that reason, John Preston ordered Zona's body disinterred, which I guess that means dug up.
Yeah.
Tommy Travel said, I'd put her on TikTok video immediately. That would definitely go viral. Hey, Nursing Our Travel Bug, thank you for the raid today. I appreciate it. We're just discussing a ghost coming back and spinning her head around in circles for the mother.
That's all. Oh.
Here we go.
Doctors Knapp, Rubert, and McClung conducted the second post-mortem examination with Edward present. Edward kept his composure as the doctors examined the lower portion of the body. He became visibly shaken as the doctors neared her head and neck.
That gaudy scarf, holding it all together.
And then she twisted it. No.
She said, forget the scarf. Watch this. I seriously think I would die. I would be deceased. To everyone's astonishment, Zona's corpse had finger-shaped bruises on the neck. Her windpipe was crushed. Most surprisingly, her neck was fractured at the first and second vertebrae, precisely as the spirit had claimed.
Mm-hmm.
That's one strong mother. I'm serious. She has got to have the strength of 1,000 soldiers to be able to talk to her daughter who just spun her head around, stay alive long enough to go, fight for justice.
Yeah.
First, she lost her daughter. That's sad. It's sad enough she lost her daughter. Then her daughter comes to her as a ghost and spins her head around. Seriously, I don't think I could do it. No.
Mm-mm.
There we go.
Okay, a coroner's inquest was held on March 1st, 1887. Edward would accept no responsibility in his wife's death. The jury couldn't overlook the mounting circumstantial evidence and charge him with murder.
His ghost did come back and rat him out, so...
Yeah, and he put on a scarf that didn't match her dress.
Yeah.
He
wouldn't let anybody near the body.
Mm-hmm.
And his name was Trout, for goodness sakes.
Yeah.
The findings were made public at once, upsetting many in the community. Shue was arrested, charged with murder, and taken to the jail at Lewisburg, where he was held until his indictment by a grand jury, and the trial in June. K&R. Maybe she was showing a new breakdance move. That's a good one. crazy.
Yeah. Edward's trial began in Lewisburg on June 30th, the same year. He hired a defense lawyer, William Reckler, and James Gardner to represent him in court. Incidentally, James Gardner was the first Black lawyer to practice in a circuit court in that state.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. And that was in the 1800s.
Wow. Greenbrier County Courthouse. Nomadic Hippie said, if the coroner helped dress the body and get it ready for the funeral and was doing a favor for the husband, shouldn't the coroner also be responsible? I don't think he knew. I don't know. We're just getting into it. But what it sounds like to me is that the husband wrapped that ugly scarf around the wife's neck and then didn't let anybody go near the wife's neck. And everybody just thought he was grieving. So far, that's what it's saying, I think. Hey, Maggie. Hey, Little Bit Crazy. Alrighty. Is it mine?
Yeah, I don't see it.
Okay. During his time on the stand, Edward claimed the charges were the consequence of having a spiteful mother-in-law and nothing more. Hey, Callie. Callie, were you here to hear about the head spinning around? That was pretty spooky. The ghost head spinning around. Oh, we lost Nettie. Maybe she'll come back in just a second. We shall see. I do think the coroner should be charged with something, though, because he didn't do a thorough enough investigation. All right, let's go to the next one. I don't know if I read this. I'm going to read it again. During his time on the stand, Edward claimed the charges were the consequences of having a spiteful mother-in-law and nothing more. Yeah, I did read that one. Okay. Crime of fashion 25 years ago, said Hitch Up and Toe. Little Bit Crazy said, oh no, I missed the head spinning. Yes, apparently the daughter ghost, because she'd been killed, showed up to her mother because her mother prayed that she would. And then she showed the mother that her neck was broken. And that's how she was murdered, by spinning her head around. A little creepy. Welcome back.
I'm back.
There you go. Just in time.
Thank
Can you. See
that? He went on about minute details and quickly denied anything at all damning. The jury learned that not only had Edward been a horse thief, but Zona was his third wife. The first one left because he beat her. The second one died suddenly and unexpectedly.
Did she know he was married?
No.
Oh my. This is like some soap opera-ish stuff back in the day. Fordman, a.k.a. says, hello to everyone that I've missed in the chat that I didn't get to tag. Hello, Fordman. Tommy Treble said, I'm sorry. I just can't wrap my head around this story. Can't wrap my head around. All of a sudden, my head starts spinning. All right. I saw something else. Oh. Didn't show up yet over here. Okay. Wait a minute.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry. I making sure I didn't skip one. John Preston was reluctant to have Mary Jane Hester as a witness. She was sure to tell about Zona's ghostly visits and discredit herself in the eyes of the court. Yeah, that would be difficult.
Yeah.
Like, people don't believe in that stuff, and then she gets up there and starts talking about how she knew it because a ghost told her. There you go.
The defense smugly called Mary to the stand. Sure her story would result in ridicule. I have heard that you had some dream or vision which led you to this post-mortem examination, the defense stated. So they were being sarcastic, like, come up here and talk about your daughter.
Yeah. I don't know why, but on my StreamYard side, Hitch Up and Toes comments not showing up, so I'm going to read that. Hitch Up and Toes said, I broke my ass. I'm coming back and I'm twerking. Instead of breaking your neck. That'd be great. Here we go. Yeah, they don't believe in ghosts, but they believe in witchcraft and burning witches at the stake. Oh, wait a second. That's Massachusetts. West Virginia is a totally different situation. Yeah, that is weird. Why would they believe in witches but not ghosts? You just have to spin your head around the story, James says.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Mary assured them it was no dream. Zona's presence was as real as anyone in the courtroom, and she had never been more awake. Mary knew details of the murder no one else did. She knew where she was killed, what she was wearing, and all of her injuries. Like I said, one brave mother. She remembered everything that was being said to her. She wasn't scared when the daughter's head spun around and like bolt, you know? That's incredible. But maybe she was a witch. So I mean, when you're a witch, you're not scared of much.
Yeah. The jury was left with circumstantial evidence, and the judge cautioned them. There is no middle ground for the jury to take. The verdict inevitably and logically must be for murder in the first degree or for acquittal.
Hitch Up and Toes.
It was the
mother. Yeah, I think it has like without a reasonable doubt. You know what I mean? So how do you believe?
Yeah.
Believe the ghost story as without reasonable doubt? Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
The jury convened for 1 hour and 10 minutes before they found, I'm calling him Trout, Shue, guilty.
Yeah.
He was sentenced to life in prison. On March 13th, 1900, Edward died in West Virginia State Penitentiary at Moundsville at the age of 39. 39, he had been married 3 times.
3 times. Yeah.
And killed probably 2, because they said the one died under suspicious circumstances.
Yeah.
First wife left because he beat her. And the third wife came back as a ghost and was like, no, we're taking him down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Funny
she was pretty young. She was in her 20s.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
He was a busy man.
Mm.
That's creepy. Like, if she's going to haunt somebody, she needs to go there. Walk through the halls with her head spinning.
Right?
I will.
Doesn't it look pretty big?
That looks huge. It looks
Yeah.
like a castle, not a prison.
Uh-huh.
But it looks definitely creepy. I don't ever want to go
Yeah.
there.
Mary never stopped believing her daughter visit her after death. In September 1916, Mary Jane Hester passed away. No further sightings of Zona's spirit have ever been reported. Still, she remains one of West Virginia's most beloved ghosts.
Well, I guess so. She came back, spun her head around, and got a man convicted of murder. It's a powerful ghost. I'm still going to go with the story that her mom was a witch and brought her back from the dead. I'm just saying. Just add that little bit of spice in there. My opinion. Interred in nearby cemetery is Zona Shue. Her death in 1897 was presumed natural until her spirit appeared to her mother and described how she was killed by her husband Edward. Autopsy on the exhumed body verified the apparition's account. Edward, found guilty of murder, was sentenced to the state prison. Only known case in which testimony from a ghost helped convict a murderer.
Pretty
They
cool.
have a picture of her with her head spinning on there. Hey, Kathy's Outdoor Adventure. Thanks for coming in and listening.
Yeah. Hey, Kathy.
Hippie says, West Virginia is crazy. They believe in men in black, Mothmen, spirits that can spin their heads. I don't know. I believe the men in black theory from all the different pictures
in
history that have men in black all over. It's crazy. Hey, Killer Whales channel. Thanks for coming in. Oh, Tommy shared us out too. Thank you, Tommy Travels, for sharing us out. So did this one like creep you out when you found out that the ghost came back and like spun its head and stuff?
Well, yeah, when I was reading it and then it said on the 4th day, when she appeared, I couldn't believe that. I'm like, oh man. Yeah.
You're like, please don't let me dream about a girl spinning her head tonight. Please. Don't come visit me. I believe you. Greenbrier County Courthouse, constructed in 1837 by John W. Dunn, well-known local brick mason. All brick was made locally. Building has been in constant use since its completion and is unchanged except for the wings added in 1937 and 1963.
That's an old courthouse.
That's a really old courthouse, and that's kind of what I was talking about with like these buildings were so well made that they're still standing today.
Yeah.
But then you have housing, like we had some housing in St. Louis City. I remember when I was a kid, it was brand new. They ended up having to tear it down because it wore down so quickly, rebuild it. And since I was a kid, it's been rebuilt 3 times. And that's with like the newer materials and stuff. Yet the courthouse that was built back in the 1800s is still standing.
Yeah.
Maybe we should go back to building it really well, and we'd have to build less often. Tommy Travels is right. We probably should do that. We should do a Men in Black episode and maybe just share like information and pictures of all the different places in history they've showed up. That would be a cool one.
Yeah.
Maggie said, oh my.
Yeah.
Oh my. That was a really good one. I enjoyed that one.
Yeah,
how about
right? Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. It was definitely a different twist on the story. So I was very fascinated when I was researching it.
I was joking about the witch But I do wonder, because I know that was a huge thing. I also know that it's like very, like the Salem witch trials. A lot of it was they thought people were witches, but they weren't really witches. But then there were some witches, so I don't know. Like, how did the mom? I know you can pray. I prayed when my brother passed away, and he didn't show up circling his head around in circles. Like, I know prayer is powerful, but so I wonder if there was a little bit of like witchery in that to help her.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't explain, there's just no explanation as to why she came and talked about her own death. Roy and Becky said, look up Crybaby Bridge.
Okay.
James Catney said, they are standing there. My mom's born in West Virginia. Donald said, could you do the case of Crime Sisters, 1956? They're trying to reopen the case. We can look into that. I also had somebody reach out. Some of you might remember the case that I talked about. I had a lady on that I interviewed, Justice for DJ. I've kept in touch with her throughout all of this and her process. And she had someone, she kind of helps other people get attention to their cases as well. And she had someone she wanted me to connect with. So I think coming up either this Friday or the following Friday, because this is going to take a lot of research, I'm going to have another case kind of similar to the Justice for DJ, only this one is a poisoning case.
Oh, wow.
And the person is still here that was being poisoned. They've done a lot of research to kind of figure it out. They were poisoned 2 different times. Like, they were poisoned for a while, got sick, got better, and then poisoned again. So I think that might be a really interesting one to discuss, and also discuss why the police aren't doing what they need to do with that. So we'll have that coming up soon too. Nomadic Hippie has one. He says, check out this small town we have in Florida just off of I-4 called Casadega. Google that. I think you might find it interesting. Thrifty Angela said, have to take the dogs out. Great show. Bye all.
Bye, Thrifty.
Bye, Thrifty. Well, thank you all for showing up and being here with us tonight. I always say Sundays are my favorite, and they definitely are. Nettie, you've put out a couple videos over the last week to 2 weeks. Do you want to mention any of them real quick?
We just put one out today, and it was where we stayed at a RV park in Albuquerque, which was really cool because they had a vintage RVs that were there on the park, where you can go and explore them. So that was pretty cool. So we're trying to put one out every Sunday, and I'm doing them as premieres now, which is pretty fun because you know me, BB, I love to chat. So I'm enjoying doing that. And
Nettie's link, if you do not have her, is in the description of this video. So you can go there and click, and it'll take you straight over to her channel. Tammy Trebles said, that's nothing. I get poisoned all the time at Red Lobster.
Oh.
Well, it looks like everyone's having to go take their dogs out. If one of the mods, if you don't mind, can you drop the link to Dee's live? Because she's going to be going live after me today. She doesn't always do that, but she's going to be this time. Hitch Up and Toe said, Zona came to me and said, you've done a great job. Oh. Do you have a post box number? I don't yet, Donald. I'm trying to get set up. I am so bad with mail in general. Like, I don't even go out to my mailbox and check it, except for a couple times a week. It's bad. But I am trying to get a little more organized. Yeah, let me hop over here and see if I can pull up Dee's live.
I just dropped it, BB.
Oh, you did? Great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Very much. All right. Well, we will be back next Sunday. Head on over to Boxman D, and then there'll be K&R and Jerry Holly. There's a lot of lives going on tonight that y'all should check out and enjoy. Great people, big hearts. So wishing you all much kindness and much love.
And we're sending love your way.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.